Hey guys, without wasting any time, we're starting the video with Squadron 42, a single-player campaign game set in the universe of Star Citizen, an ambitious space game project in development since 2012. Despite sharing the same universe, the two games are distinct. Star Citizen is an MMO focused on space exploration, commerce, and combat in a persistent world, while Squadron 42 is a narrative experience with scripted missions, focused on combat on foot and aboard spaceships. The game uses CryEngine to deliver state-of-the-art graphics and impressive visual fidelity.
The fall of Caliban. But we are the second.
Next up we have Pragmata, a game that, since its announcement, has captured the imagination of players with its futuristic aesthetic and enigmatic atmosphere. Pragmata takes us to a future where humanity coexists with robots. The game is set in a post-apocalyptic world, where an astronaut and a girl are the protagonists. The setting is a devastated metropolis, and the player must explore this environment to discover what happened to the world. The narrative is still shrouded in mystery, but promises a rich and intriguing experience, typical of Capcom games, known for their successful franchises like Resident Evil and Monster Hunter.
Isn't it? At least that's what my dad taught me.
Directive 8020 is the latest title in the Dark Pictures anthology series, developed by Supermassive Games, known for their interactive horror games like Until Dawn and The Quarry. The game is set in a science fiction scenario where Earth is dying and humanity faces a survival crisis. The story revolves around the colonization ship Cassiopeia, which suffers an accident on a distant planet, Tau Ceti F, 12 light-years from home. The crew members soon realize they are not alone, and that survival becomes a fight against alien forces.
Traveling on the hunt for celestial treasure.
Exodus is a game that promises a unique space experience, combining elements of RPG, action, adventure, and science fiction. The plot of Exodus is still a mystery, but we know that the game takes place in a universe where beings known as Celestials are important. The player controls a character described as Traveler, who appears to be involved in a space journey that involves sacrifice and the passage of time. Matthew McConaughey, known for his roles in films like The Wolf of Wall Street and Interstellar, makes his debut in the world of video games with Exodus.
Away from her. We both knew the cost of using the gates. When you travel at light speed, time slows to a crawl. It was only a...
Jump Ship is a new cooperative game that is scheduled to be released in 2025. Developed by Keepsake Games, a team composed of gaming industry veterans, including former members of Hazelight, Mojang, and Coffee Stain, the game promises a unique space adventure experience. Jump Ship is a mission-based cooperative FPS that supports up to 4 players. Players take on the role of the crew of a spaceship, where they can switch between piloting the ship and exploring the environment on foot, including spacewalks. The gameplay involves intense battles both on the ground and in space, and players must keep the ship updated and intact to survive. Beyond Astra is a 4X real-time strategy game set in a sci-fi universe. In this game, you will have the opportunity to expand your own civilization, explore fascinating and mysterious planets and star clusters, and interact with citizens and other life forms. The game promises to offer almost endless possibilities to shape your destiny and that of your civilization. Players will be able to explore a variety of planets, each with its own characteristics and challenges. Interaction with citizens and other life forms is a central aspect, allowing you to develop relationships and make decisions that will affect the course of the game.
Engaging in the most lucrative of
the essence of survival. In a world meticulously choreographed by the laws of Newtonian physics, your vessel is an extension of your will.
Starminer is a space simulation game that allows players to design and build an interstellar mining fleet. The main goal is to extract valuable minerals from space and sell them for profit. However, the player's greed can attract the attention of hostile aliens, which adds an element of strategy and defense to the game. Players must use warships and defense platforms to protect their fleet in real time. The game combines elements of construction and strategy, allowing you to create a galactic empire while facing challenges such as enemies and the need to manage resources.
Exploit the absence of atmospheric drag to traverse vast distances at no cost. But miscalculate it, and no one will hear you scream.
Falling Frontier is a real-time strategy game set in a vast, procedurally generated star system. The game combines elements of ship design, logistics, and combat, allowing players to conquer and explore new galaxies while facing rivals from past colonial wars. Resource and information management is crucial for success, allowing players to ambush and attack enemy supply lines. Falling Frontier stands out for its interesting graphics and an immersive atmosphere that captures the vastness of space. The game promises a rich visual experience, with varied environments such as asteroid fields and nebulae, which serve as backdrops for battles. Breathedge 2 is the highly anticipated sequel to the popular space survival game. The game was announced for release on PC via Steam and promises to expand on the experience of the first title, which was already known for its ironic humor and survival mechanics. In the new game, you take on the role of a character who finds himself on a reckless mission in space. The narrative involves a series of dangers and challenges as you explore the vast space environment. Players will be able to build and craft essential items for survival in space. To conclude the video, I bring you The Alters, a survival game developed by 11-Bit Studios, known for acclaimed titles like Frostpunk and This War of Mine. The game is scheduled to be released in 2025 and will be available on Game Pass, making it easier for many players to access. In the game, you take on the role of Jan Dolsky, an ordinary worker who finds himself in a desperate situation after an accident on a distant planet. To survive, Jan must create alternate versions of himself called alters, who will help him face the challenges of the hostile environment. This mechanic of creating copies of yourself is not only central to the gameplay, but also allows players to explore different narrative paths and make decisions that impact the story. Well, that was the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and see you next time.